before we had television and even radio, every town had a storyteller, someone who would entertain people and pass on information, but you did it for entertainment. And the reason why we're going over these 3 reasons is you have to keep these in mind when you are creating your story, what your purpose is. But number 1, we do it to entertain. And number 2, we do it as an expression of who we are, because everybody tells a story differently. And if we have a shared joke, if Morgan tells a joke, it's going to come out like she's talking to 6-year-olds, because that's her life experience. And when I tell the story, I'm going to tell it from the 6-year-old perspective, which sounds similar, but it's not quite the same, but then Derek's going to understand me. Okay, and the 3rd reason is to educate. And I touched on that just a moment ago when towns had storytellers. It was a way to pass down history and things. And again, when I'm on stage telling stories, if anybody came to the Ninja Weapons of Death panel, it was full of stupidity and weird jokes and YouTube references and stuff. But you actually learned a lot about the different weapons, where they came from and how they worked. So it's like putting medicine for your dog into a little ball of hamburger. You're tricking them into eating it, and educating people by entertaining them is a cheat. But it works well. That's why historical fiction novels and stuff work really well, because it's a lot better than reading your history book. If anybody saw the movie 300,
Yeah.
300 was a pretty cool movie. But if you read it all, there's an author named Stephen Pressfield, and he writes hugely researched historical fiction novels, and he wrote the book that 300 was loosely based on. It's called Gates of Fire, and it is amazing. And if we have anybody that's into sword combat and violence and any other women, I highly recommend find that book. If you like 300, at the end of reading the book, you'll hate it because it was so poorly done compared to the book is amazing. And it's easy to read and goes fast, but it's just, you'd swear you were there. And that's the 3rd reason that we tell stories, is to educate people.
And you can mix them up. It doesn't have to be just one certain reason. Like, I write to entertain you guys. Are you not entertained? But I also write to express, because I was a very, very shy person. Like, I couldn't, if Dan, the way he's close to me now, I would drop my eyes because I thought it was breathing in his space. I was that shy. So.
You're breathing in my space. Go sit back there with Jill.
My space is dead.
My space is dead. Well, I get it. That's a social media reference. Sorry, it took me a minute. So I hadn't caught on to.
Is that 12 points now?
Yeah.
Okay. We're doing a pun count in my group. I'm at 12.
You're trusting them to keep count?
Yep.
Tell me you've got a clicker.
Actually, she's been keeping count. She's just
My brother's at 75.
That's amazing. I haven't heard him speak.
There's a good reason for that.
totally.
Then we talk about character creation, which Dan did a wonderful panel with that on Thursday with Bubble Dragon, and I was in it.
I was running into that guy everywhere, and in my head now, he's the dragon girlfriend.
The fun part is he is much more popular at this convention now for having been the fall guy for that panel.
But when creating a character, the things that I look for is I want a character that has strength, and I don't mean like Hercules or the Terminator or anything like that. Somebody who knows who they are and are willing to change. You don't want a wishy-washy character. You want them to be relatable. You also want characters that have multi-layers. You just don't want the monotone character as your main character unless you're, like Dan said, you're being funny. And that are
You're doing it as a satire.
Right, exactly, as a satire. You want them to have layers. Like, anybody know Sailor Moon? Any Moonies in here? No shouts, really? Sailor Moon, woo! Okay.
There's
I know
voice
Jennifer
left
Zehe.
to
Does that
shout.
count?
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
That's awesome.
I know
There's
nothing
no
about
voice
Sailor
left
Moon,
to
but I know
shout.
she was the original thing back in the 80s.
What I like about
Better
character,
off than I am.
Say whatever.
Big
What?
You were awesome.
Oh, he's got a mask on. I'm like, that was the worst mumbled. Like, great, we're in a Charlie Brown cartoon. The teacher's speaking.
I use Sailor Moon as a reference because she's relatable, because some of us don't like to get up in the morning like she does. I don't know if anybody's like that. Okay.
Pardon me, just a moment. I'm really sorry. This is a call might be an emergency.
Some people might not like school, or might not be good at school. Some people might love manga like she does, so she's relatable to different people. but I can inspire to be like her, because who doesn't want to be a champion of justice and have powers? I mean, seriously.
She just wants to have a normal social life.
She does, but the powers are so pretty cool. So you want a character that's relatable, characters multi-layered, so you can find something in that character that you can relate to and achieve for, or with the villain's character, you're like, ew, I don't want to be like that. So you want characters multi-layered for that. Also unique characters. My characters tend to have kind of funny names, but they stick. Starry Moon is my main character. Ha ha ha. Dan's character, he has a wolf that has silver eyes. So that's a character trait that is unique to that. And characters are the only main part of the story, though. You want to combine them with a good setting and a good storyline. So those are my things on that. There's strength, relatability, inspiration, unique, and memorable. What do you think about your favorite characters? What do you like most about them? What do you remember most about them? What makes them special?
They're funky little quirks that make them
Funky quirks, exactly. Or their name, or, I don't know, everybody likes Loki. But he's a villain. Well, why do you like him? He's hot.
Well, that's part of it.
tragic, relatable backstory stuff.
Right, you want them to be relatable. And there's no good, and there's no pure good, no pure evil. There's a lot of gray in life. So you want that backstory, you want that little bit of sympathy for your villain, but you want the hero to be a little bit flawed. You want them to be able to grow, because perfect heroes are annoying.
And boring.
And boring, exactly. Like, I have a character in my book, his name is Umbra. And he's
Black, really?
Wow.
Fangirl! And Umbra is the bad guy, the dark, broody type, but he starts to change over time, especially when his powers are changing as well. So you want that to be relatable, but he's still kind of the obnoxious bad boy type that thinks humans are inferior. Because he's not human. That's not a spoiler. That's on the back.
Okay, well, when the band
Dan's having fun. Should I attack
Apparently
you?
it wasn't an emergency.
Should I attack you?
Yes,
Yes.
totally.
That's good.
Oh, that's awesome.
Do I need to follow her
Now
for
you
this?
light up the jokes, that's awesome.
I arm. I'm armed.
Hey, if you're gonna do that, I gotta follow you.
Maybe. Hi.
You have furniture. I leave the room and now you bring out weapons.
Yeah. You were sitting at the table the whole time. You just didn't see them.
They weren't lit up.
They weren't.
They match my hat. I'm really sorry. That's my daughter never
No,
calls
you're
me.
fine.
And I thought,
It's Father's
oh
Day.
my God, something happened.
It's Father's Day.
I don't think about these things. My kids,
Yeah.
fathers are really.
You know what my dad wants for Father's Day?
New daughter.
No. Leave him the heck alone.
New daughter-in-law. I'm leave them the heck alone.
Yeah.
Okay.
leave him alone. I talked about characters being relatable and having unique things, inspiring, and being multi-layered.
Did you talk about having flaws?
Yes.
Okay, because that's a
Yes.
huge
There's
big
no
deal.
pure
You
good,
don't
no
want
pure
your
evil.
character to be
Exactly.
so flawed that people don't like it unless that's the shtick, that they don't like the character. They need to be relatable,
Yes.
but you can't make them superhuman. I mean, remember when
Boring.
Superman first came out, and the only thing in the world that wasn't even from this world. His only weakness, other than Lois Lane,
Kryptonite.
was kryptonite, which is like the rarest ever, but it's in every comic book issue now. Everybody
Yeah.
has kryptonite. It's more common than sand.
Apparently it's mating and growing.
But it's a rock.
How else would you explain it? It's everywhere now.
Because of course it's
Really
changed,
funny.
why not?
It's viral.
Hashtag bro, kryptonite, hashtag, we're done.
Hashtag you ask. So, okay. Now, done with character creation. When we talk about storytelling, this is what you need to do. If you're going to tell a story, number one, plan it out in advance. Has anybody ever been to a panel where the panelist was just doing it, winging the panel? How good does the panel normally turn out? It's usually not very good. And there's a lot of comedy groups that do improv. And as a general rule, improv comedy groups suck. And I'm not trying to be mean, but I do improv. And
You still have to plan stuff ahead of time,
You
even
have
if it's
to
improv.
plan improv.
yes, you put together little subsets. And based on audience reaction and what they say, it leads you. It's like the diagram boxes. If yes, go here. If no, go here.
You have a formula. It's one of those awful choose
And
your
you
own
have,
adventure.
and I hate to say it, but yeah, it is formula based. There are only 17 original storylines that exist. So your goal with storytelling isn't to be original, because in your quest to be original, you're going to start making things up that just doesn't work. But hey, nobody's done it before. There's a reason why it doesn't work.